Hi there, it's Andy Broad here again. I was recently asked for the chords to my song Every Penny of the Deal, which I was just playing a little bit of there. So I over enthusiastically tabbed it out in fine detail, and you can find that in the website link below this video. So I thought I'd give a lesson on how to play it. It's kind of a swingy blues thing, it relies on a shuffle, and it's mainly around the walking bass line, which is like just a simple 7th line really. So and I play that on the open string there. That's what it's all about. That bass line, both in the A and on the D, and play it with an A chord. So the riff with that chord is just use an A chord. And then switch to a F sharp minor 6th chord for the last note. So play that in more detail. Start with that A chord played as a half bar. We're only going to play the middle 4 strings for that, so you don't worry about the top being damped or anything like that. So you hit the bass note, then pick up the chord, then you bring this finger across to play the G, and then play the A chord again. Then you slide that one down to the F sharp, and whilst forming the F sharp minor, pick that, then lift it off to play the E. Then I play an open G, and I hammer on to the next A chord, which at the start of the next bar. And the trick of it obviously is to get the rhythm right, so it's a kind of long short rhythm. The bass note waits a while and the chords is quite a quick transition to the next bass note. That kind of shuffle feel. So long, short, 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 long, short. Then it moves up to the D. It's 12 bar basically in A with a slight variation. In the D I start on the D9, then I bring it back to play the 7th on the D9, so that's a C. Then I slide the whole chord back to a B9 and let go. And sometimes I'll slide straight back up to the start of the next chord, and so it's back to the D just before you play the first bass note of the next bar. So to put those first 2 bits together, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then where it would go to the E in a standard 12 bar, I go to the B minor. So that's the second, so it's kind of a 2-5-1-ish in jazz terms. I play a B minor 6, and then D, E, so D9, and then back to the A riff again. So that's basically the standard 12 bar of which I sing. If you want to hear the lyrics, you can look the song up on Spotify. And then fingers a little bit long because I'm not playing enough from this COVID. So that's the main 12 bar. Now the ending is a little bit different. I do a repeat on between the B and the D. So for the last, where you go up to the B in the main chords, you kind of like this: B, A, B minor, D7. Then up to the E with a slide down. And then to finish off, so as you see there, I slide, rather than going down to the E in that bass line, I slide it back up to the G. A, G, B, G, A, G, F sharp, G. So that last bit again goes. Now I'm very used to playing bass lines underneath my chords, but if you find that a little bit of a stretch, you can vary the riff a little bit by replacing that second A chord with an open G to go with the G bass note. Sounds very similar, and it keeps that same groove and overall bass line sound, but it's a little bit easier to fret than that stretch. Basically just lift that off, and for the D part you can rather than slide down, reach down for that C, you can just slide down. Or even just play the bass note for the second chord and miss the second chord out completely. So it really, groove is pretty much the same, so that's what's important. The groove is more important than getting exactly the right chords. So that will make more sense if you go on my website and buy my CD called Every Penny of the Deal, which is the title track, or go on Spotify or YouTube, perhaps elsewhere, and search up the song, have a listen to it. I hope you enjoyed that little video. Please do subscribe for more, and I'll see you again soon. Stay safe.